TFM. Let's talk.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is Abbas with you. And as you know, in Cruise Control, I've had the pleasure of having a lot of inspiring people come in and talk about their respective fields. And today is no different, as I have Leen Atassi, who is the head of Oman Arab Bank's Innovation Hub. And she's with me. Welcome to the show, Leen.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
So, Leen, straight up to the question, what is Innovation Hub?
Okay, so before I talk about that, I want to take you through our transformation journey at Oman Arab Bank.
Right.
Obviously, it started about 4 years ago, and at the center of that journey was our focus on delivering value to our customers.
Right.
Offering truly seamless customer experiences that make banking easier, more convenient, and much more accessible. And we recognize that to be able to achieve that transformation, we would need to have some sort of cultural shift within the organization.
Right.
Geared towards innovation and a strong performance culture. So we started by running a series of roadshows led by the senior management team across all branches and departments in the bank. And the idea was to drive innovative thinking, getting them to think, basically empowering employees to think of new concepts, new ways of working, new ways of doing things, and basically new products and services that we can offer to the market. Once we saw the success of these roadshows, we decided to scale it beyond the organization. We wanted to go into the community and basically connect with students, with fintech startups, and the rest of the community to help us in the innovation process. We wanted to help promote innovation across the entire ecosystem. And this is why we came up with the Innovation Hub and many other platforms to encourage or to give these students and fintech startups a platform to be able to showcase these innovations.
So was this innovation kick-started because of the corona crisis, or was it something that was brewing?
No, actually we started in 2019. The roadshow started in 2018. We visited all universities and colleges across Oman, from Sandam all the way down to Dhafar.
Wow.
We saw how much passion students had for innovation. They had so many ideas, but they didn't necessarily know how to position these ideas or how to develop them into something that can be launched to the market. So we then decided to run workshops in the bank for these students to teach them about how to turn your idea into a proof of concept, how to pitch your idea to the judges or to potential investors. What are the tools that you can use to develop these innovations?
So is it a little like Shark Tank? If
okay,
that's
an interesting analogy. It's a hackathon. It's a 24-hour hackathon. It's not unique to us, of course. There are a lot of global organizations that run these hackathons, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, and a lot of the developments that you would see on these platforms would have come from these hackathons. So the hackathon is essentially a 24-hour event. All these participants come together. They brainstorm together in their groups. They have access to mentors, to developers, subject matter experts. They ask all the questions that they need. We give them a sandbox environment where they're able to use some of our own services, banking services, so that the solution can be as real as possible. And they develop use cases or prototypes around specific themes. So the first hackathon that we ran was at our premises, at our head office. It was, again, targeted at students, at fintech startups, and Oman Arab Bank employees. We expected around 200 participants. We were very surprised on the day to get over 350 participants.
Wow.
And they flew in from different parts of the region, the world, different parts of Oman. We had families participating from Nizwa, from Brahmi. So there's a lot of passion for innovation, and that was really exciting to see.
So basically all these students and participants come in, and all the solutions are being tested in real time, basically, while it's being implemented.
Yeah, it's a prototype, so it's not a full-fledged solution.
Of course,
They're showing a mock-up of what the solution could look like.
And then the refinement takes place by consulting the judges over there, or
the mentors,
the mentors as well.
Yes.
And what was the result of the Innovation Hub in 2019? How did that turn out?
So basically, at the end of the competition, they had to pitch their ideas to a panel of judges, and we selected a winner from each category. So these students who presented on stage, there were 9 finalists. We were supposed to choose just one team to join us in an innovation internship program for 6 months. But we were so impressed by the 9 students that we decided to take them all on board.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's nice.
So 9 students joined our innovation internship program. This is the first of its kind in Oman. And it's a paid internship program where they work with mentors throughout the 6 months to develop their ideas into MVPs that can be launched to the market.
Internship and getting paid, that's
yes,
new.
Absolutely. And they attended a lot of training workshops, they got certifications on agile methodology, and they had the opportunity to meet international fintech startups as well, to learn from them. They all graduated at the end of the program. And we offered the top 4 interns employment opportunities with the bank.
So in the end, they ran a whole course with Oman Arab Bank where they were groomed, and in the end, they also got rewarded
Correct.
by getting a placement at your prestigious bank. That's
Absolutely.
brilliant.
I mean, why not? They're talented individuals. They have a lot of innovative ideas. They had huge contributions during the internship period. So we felt it was only natural for them to join our family and to be able to support us in rolling out some of our strategies.
And this will also give a lot of other students out there a lot of motivation to actually participate in this, because they know the end result could be me finding a placement in the organization. That's brilliant. So what about the second edition of the Innovation Hub that will be launched virtually on April 2nd? Tell me about that now.
So the next one is, as you said, on the 2nd and 3rd of April. It's going to be a virtual event because of the current circumstances. We wanted to ensure that everyone is safe. So everyone's able to participate. It's open to everyone, whether they're in Oman or abroad. Again, we're targeting students, fintech startups, and Oman Arab Bank employees. We've created a platform that's dedicated for this innovation hub, and they'll have access to mentors. We'll have speakers coming in. We have some of the top fintech startups in the region, as well as Oman, who will be sharing their experiences, their journey, with the hope of inspiring students to start up their own companies in the near future. And then obviously the winners will receive a cash prize, and they will have the opportunity to join our innovation lab, which is at our head office.
Right.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Okay, so now that brings me to the question that what are some of the things that students take away from this program? All right. What are some of the solutions, if you can give us an example of what are the solutions that they came up with?
Okay.
So can you give me an insight into that?
Fantastic question. So basically, from the first hackathon, as you know, nine of the students who joined us worked on different projects. A lot of them worked on projects that we've already launched or some that are still being developed. One of the solutions that were launched to the market was our WhatsApp chatbot. So the student actually worked on the conversational part of the chatbot. She developed it herself.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was very impressive. It was very impressive.
Yeah, it sounds impressive.
It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication as well to be able to do that. And we've launched it last year. So our customers can ask us any questions about our products and services, and a bot would respond to these questions.
So how was this developed? I mean, was it that there were like standardized questions, frequently asked questions, and then how did that take place? I mean, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not a programmer, but yeah, that sounds like very technical.
It's a lot of data that you need to look into, to look at some of the questions that our customers would frequently ask through our call centers, through our channels, etc., and being able to filter all these questions down to narrow them down to some things that our customers would want to have addressed through our channels.
All right.
Yeah.
And what about the public and private sectors? As you can see around that, a lot of them are on this path of innovation. They want to find new ways, become more productive, more efficient. So is Oman Arab Bank tying up or having any collaborations with any third parties out there?
That's an excellent question. So I believe that the key to innovation is collaboration. You can't innovate without collaborating with other organizations or entities, because you need to be able to expand the ecosystem. And there's no point of many organizations doing the same things in parallel and achieving very little impact. You can only create that bigger impact if you're able to partner with the right organizations. So we were very lucky in that we were able to develop a lot of strategic partnerships. For example, when we created the Innovation Lab, we wanted to ensure that we had the best innovation lab in Oman. And therefore, we visited Harvard's University's Innovation Lab, which is considered to be one of the top globally. We went to Barclays Bank in London. They've got their own innovation lab called Rise Labs. We looked at their business models. We looked at their best practices, lessons learned. We've taken and blended those models together and created the innovation lab that we have today. We also formed strategic partnerships with them so that we can tap into their ecosystems when it comes to reaching out to fintech startups.
Right.
We collaborated with local entities like IDO, who I'm sure you're familiar with.
Right.
We've recently tied up as well with GBM, with Phasro and Phase Ventures to support us in accelerating the innovation agenda across.
Right.
And we continue to build these partnerships.
So basically, Oman Arab Bank is going down and up the supply chain, making sure everything just falls in place. That's what, from what I understand, that's something that can come out of this program as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, and this is something me trying to add something smart to this interview. So hence I said that, even if it isn't true, you can just agree to it and smile with me.
It's true. It's true.
Okay, so I'll take that as a compliment. Now, my question is, Oman Arab Bank did develop this innovation hub and lab. What is the next step in the future, considering that the situation, the corona situation, everything else, considering the costs that'll be involved? What is the next step of Oman Arab Bank?
So basically, for us, one of the key objectives is to ensure continuity. A lot of organizations launch hackathons, but there's no continuity to them. It's just a PR event and it all dies down.
Completely agree with that.
But we are very committed to ensuring, no, we continue to deliver value. So this is why we created the internship program. We created the workshops, the roadshows to the universities and the colleges. We created an online learning portal called the Learning Hub as well, which has a lot of different workshops that are available on our YouTube channel that students can go to teach them the fundamentals of innovation and how to develop their ideas. And we will continue to build on that library of resources to help the community. These are all available free of charge, of course, to everyone, and they're accessible. And we will continue to build on these efforts. Obviously, the Innovation Lab gives us a new platform to be able to expand our reach. The idea behind the Innovation Lab is it's going to be an accelerator and an incubator. We want to help grow the fintech ecosystem in Oman. It's still in its very nascent stages, but we can see the potential, and we know we have a huge role to play in terms of offering more platforms for aspiring entrepreneurs, for students, for fintech startups that are already established to be able to develop these innovations and to take it forward.
Inshallah, Leen, I hope that whatever Oman Arab Bank does and whatever you head as the project leader, you get immense success in that.
Thank you.
And hopefully this is something that I see, this is something giving back to the community as well.
Absolutely.
As you have those people out there who want to start something of their own, but they're restricted just because they don't have the right guidance.
Correct.
It's not that they don't have the talent, it's just the guidance part. And I think Oman Arab Bank, with you guys are doing that. So well done.
Thank you.
On whatever you've done, and for the future projects, inshallah.
Thank you.
Hopefully you guys ace it.
Thank you. And if you don't mind, I'll just like to share a few words with the viewers.
Please.
There's still an opportunity for them to sign up for our Innovation Hub Hackathon. Deadline for registration is on the 30th of this month.
Okay.
We really encourage everyone to participate. You've got a lot of knowledge to gain, a lot of experience and networking opportunities through this event.
So, Leen, if you get an application that says Abbas Al-Lawati as the name,
absolutely,
you know, because why not? This sounds very interesting,
Yes.
and I think it's a platform that can literally tap into the true potential of any student or any businessman or woman out there who wants to do that. Thank you so much, Leen Atassi, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
She's Oman Arab Bank's head of Innovation Lab, and inshallah, speak to you soon.
Thank you very much, inshallah. Thank you very much. Shukran.
Thank you for watching. There's Abbas with you, and I'll catch you in the next one.
TFM. Let's talk.